Story of Adolf Hitler: The Rise of Evil. Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into one of the darkest chapters of history, the rise of Adolf Hitler. His shocking ascent to power. Discover how he led Germany into World War II, causing devastation across Europe, and how his ambitions ultimately led to his downfall. Childhood and early life. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, a small town in Austria-Hungary. He was the fourth of 6 children to Alois Hitler, a strict customs officer, and Clara Polzel, a caring mother. Adolf had a difficult relationship with his father, who often disciplined him harshly. Despite showing some early talent in art, Hitler's dreams of becoming a painter were crushed when he was rejected twice by the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna. During his late teens, he moved to Vienna, where he led a struggling life, doing odd jobs and living in homeless shelters. This period was crucial in shaping his worldview. Hitler developed strong nationalist and anti-Semitic views while living in Vienna, ideas that would later form the basis of his political ideology. His time as a World War I soldier. In 1914, World War I broke out, and Hitler, driven by a sense of German nationalism, enlisted in the German army. He served as a dispatch runner on the Western Front. Unlike many of his comrades, Hitler found a sense of purpose during the war, experiencing camaraderie and a clear sense of direction. He was awarded the Iron Cross, First Class, for his bravery, a rare honor for a soldier of his rank. The end of the war in 1918 was a turning point for Hitler. Germany's defeat left him disillusioned, and like many Germans, he felt betrayed by the government for agreeing to the Treaty of Versailles. The treaty imposed harsh reparations on Germany, leading to widespread poverty and political instability. Hitler's desire to restore Germany's former glory began to grow stronger. How did he get into politics? After the war, Hitler remained in the German army, where he was tasked with monitoring political groups in Munich. During this time, he came across the German Workers' Party, DAP, a small nationalist and anti-Semitic organization. Recognizing its potential, Hitler joined the party in 1919 and quickly became one of its most influential members. His powerful and persuasive speeches, filled with nationalist fervor and promises of restoring Germany's greatness, gained him a following. In 1920, Hitler helped transform the DAP into the National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, or the Nazi Party. The party adopted a swastika as its symbol and promoted a platform based on extreme nationalism, anti-Semitism, and the rejection of the Treaty of Versailles. Hitler's oratory skills and his ability to connect with the frustrations of many Germans helped the Nazi Party grow rapidly. By 1923, he felt confident enough to attempt a coup, known as the Beer Hall Putsch, to overthrow the Weimar government. Although the coup failed, it brought national attention to Hitler, who was sentenced to prison for his role. Why was he supported by so many? By the early 1930s, Germany was in chaos. The Great Depression had left millions unemployed, and people were desperate for change. Hitler presented himself as a strong, charismatic leader who promised to rebuild the economy, restore national pride, and provide jobs. He blamed communists and Jews for the nation's problems, using them as scapegoats to rally public support. The Nazi Party used propaganda, mass rallies, and slogans like "Make Germany Great Again" to appeal to the people's emotions. The party's paramilitary wing, the SA, also used violence and intimidation to suppress opposition. In 1933, after a series of political maneuvers and backroom deals, President Paul von Hindenburg appointed Hitler as Chancellor of Germany. This marked the beginning of his rise to absolute power. Why did he start World War II? Hitler's ambitions were not just limited to restoring Germany's economy. He sought to expand its territory and establish a greater German Reich across Europe. He believed in the concept of Lebensraum, or living space, which suggested that Germans were entitled to expand eastward into Poland and the Soviet Union. In 1939, Hitler's forces invaded Poland, triggering the start of World War II. This invasion prompted Britain and France to declare war on Germany. Before Poland, Hitler had already annexed Austria in 1938, the Anschluss, and taken over the Sudetenland region of Czechoslovakia, claiming it was to protect ethnic Germans. However, his goal was clear: he wanted to dominate Europe. Why was he so successful in taking the entire Europe? Hitler's success in the early stages of World War II was due to a combination of factors. First, his military strategy, known as Blitzkrieg or Lightning War, involved rapid, coordinated attacks that overwhelmed enemy forces before they could react. German forces used tanks, aircraft, and infantry in quick succession, making it difficult for countries to defend themselves. Second, the German army was highly organized and well-equipped, giving them an edge over their opponents. Hitler also took advantage of the reluctance of European powers to engage in another war. Before the invasion of Poland, countries like Britain and France had followed a policy of appeasement, hoping that by giving in to some of Hitler's demands, they could avoid conflict. However, this only emboldened him. How did he end up losing everything? Despite initial success, Hitler's overconfidence and strategic errors led to his downfall. The decision to invade the Soviet Union in 1941, known as Operation Barbarossa, was a catastrophic mistake. The German army was not prepared for the harsh Russian winter, and the Soviet resistance was much stronger than anticipated. This campaign drained Germany's resources and led to massive casualties. By 1944, the Allies were closing in on Germany from both the Western and Eastern fronts. In 1945, as Soviet forces entered Berlin, Hitler realized the war was lost. On April 30, 1945, Adolf Hitler took his own life in his underground bunker in Berlin, alongside his wife, Eva Braun, whom he had married just a day before. Their bodies were burned by his aides, and the remains were later discovered by Soviet forces. Today, there are no confirmed remains of Hitler's body. It is believed that what little was left was buried in an undisclosed location by the Soviets. Did he have a wife or kids? Adolf Hitler never had any children. He maintained a secretive private life and kept his relationship with Eva Braun hidden from the public for most of his rule. Eva Braun was a longtime companion, and although they had been together for over a decade, they only married in the final hours before their suicides. Hitler was determined to maintain an image as a leader solely dedicated to the German nation, free from personal attachments that could be seen as weaknesses. The rise of Adolf Hitler is a stark reminder of how dangerous ideologies can take root during times of crisis. His ability to manipulate people's fears and desires, combined with political cunning and ruthless actions, allowed him to gain power and lead the world into a devastating war. While his reign ended in complete destruction, the lessons from that period continue to be studied to prevent such tragedies from ever happening again. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and share for more content like this.